Hello, Greg from Balloon Markets here, and welcome to BMTV. And this week we are very lucky to be once again joined by Melanie Allen from Balloon Artworks. Melanie, hello.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you? How's life?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well, thank you.
Good.
Yes.
Now today you're going to show us how to do something that you've just put it in front of the camera and taken it away, but it looks very fancy. So let's get straight into it and see what it is that you're going to show us how to make.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to show you how to make a bouquet of flowers.
Ooh.
So I love coming up with different flower designs. I'm not quite sure what to call this type of flower. I'm sure the audience will be able to help us out with that. But it's all chrome. So
Okay.
all the colours I'm using are different chromes. So I'm using a chrome green. So I'm just going to inflate most of the way. So just want a little tip on the end.
Yep.
And then just soften the beginning and tie. Make a loop of about 4 fingers, pass the knot and nozzle through, give your balloon a squeeze, make a loop of a similar sort of size, wrap that round and make another loop and twist these together. Okie dokie. So there you've got your flower stem.
Okay, so you're just doing the three loops.
Just 3 loops, yes,
Okay.
so no pinch twist, just 3 loops. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side. And then I've got 2 chrome in purple. So I'm going to inflate these to the tail of 4 fingers or so. Just let a little bit of air out here to soften. Put a twist there. And then take a second 260. Inflate to a similar sort of softness and then tie the 2 directly together.
Okay.
And then you want another duplicate, and I'm going to use a different colour. Okay, so 2 duplicates, and we're just going to position them together and just encircle this one with the purple, and then put a twist.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all you've got. And then with this one, just bring it down and make a twist. Okay, so you're wanting these sections to be approximately the same size,
Yeah.
but don't worry if they're a bit off. Don't worry, we don't need to obsess about uniformity for this design.
Okay.
Give the balloons a bit of a squeeze. That one's feeling a little bit tight, so give it a bit of a squeeze. Wouldn't want them to pop.
I'd hate for that to happen.
And then make another loop. And we just continue in this way until, we're getting towards the end of our balloon.
Making a chain.
Exactly, yes. So this is chain weave.
That looks really cool.
That's exactly what we're doing. So these blue ones are feeling a little bit tight, more so than the purple. Okay, just carry on. So it's pretty quick to do.
Yeah.
This stage. And when you're getting towards the end, okay. So I'm going to finish these off here. So I've wrapped them around and I'm going to snip off the ends. tying the knot. And then I'm just going to tie again. I'm just going to pass one section of the 260 underneath and tie again, because there is quite a lot of tension there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make one more loop. Okay, snip off the ends again. That one's come undone, don't worry about it. We can go down to the next one and just tie that here. And bring it underneath and tie that again.
So that just means it ends in purple rather than blue.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter at all for this design.
Okay.
So what you need is you take one of your nozzles, and what we're going to do now is just curl this up and wrap this up.
Yeah.
So you're going to need one of your nozzles and then pass it underneath. When it's curled up, just pass it underneath one of the bubbles here.
Okay.
Through and pull it back into the section closest to it, back underneath the purple, and then just wrap it around and back underneath. So you're just trying to secure that in position, just to give you the start of that curve. And then you can just continue to wrap those up until you get to the end here, and then you're going to use these tails just to go under one of the loops. And round a couple of times. And then tie. And then this section, I'm just going to pull underneath here. And tie onto the two purple here. One of these days I will actually manage to make a video without bopping myself in the face with the balloon that I'm making. It invariably happens.
It adds to the fun of it all.
Okay. So there you've got your flower head.
Yeah.
And then all we need to do is just attach that to the flower stem.
I expected it to be something far more complicated than that, Melanie, I have to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but it's one of the things I like to do. I like to look at things that we can make quite easily, but then try and imagine them differently and present them in a different way. Because I think people do look at this and think, goodness, how have you made it?
Yeah.
And actually, it's very simple. It's a technique that most people can make. Again, no pinch twists for the flower head, but it's something that is really fun and colourful. And I get a lot of people who are really like having these. So popular design. Okay, so I am just going to make a bow now, because I've got a couple of others, other flower heads. And I'm just going to put them together in a bouquet. So I'm taking gold chrome.
I think the fact it's chrome as well really adds to it.
It does, yes. It's hard to make something that looks bad when you're using chrome.
That's a good tip there. So if you're not very good at what you do, use chrome and it makes you better.
Use chrome, just want to make a loop of a bubble of perhaps 5 inches or so, and then a loop, and then make another loop to match this one. Twist them around. Okay, a little squeeze. And then this is where we're better off if we make a pinch twist here. So just one little bubble, wrap that around. And then I'm not sure that's going to go all the way around my bouquet, so I'm just going to check. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Looks like it might.
No problem at all.
So just trying to get a tail that is going to be similar in size to the other one. So just wrap off the tail and then wrap that into the bow here. And just adjust everything. So if you want to square off your loops, you can do. I had a spell where I always squared off the loops, but these days I like them with a bit of a curve to them, so I tend not to do that anymore. And then it's just a case of adjusting the flower heads.
Yeah. They look great.
And then you've got a really quick bouquet with only one little pinch twist.
Yeah, yeah. No, that looks...
What I would do is I would just trim off the nozzle here on the bow just to tidy that up.
Yeah, that looks great. That looks really sophisticated, really nice, and it was far simpler than I expected it to be. But I think those flower heads just look quite complicated. You wouldn't think how does somebody make those, or you would think, because you wouldn't think it was so easy. So fantastic, Melanie. Well, thank you so much for that. And I think the chrome, as I say, just makes them fantastic. So, all right. Well, as you know, as a guest on BMTV, you get to come up with the question of the week. So do you have one?
I do. I always have difficulty deciding what to call things. So these flowers, I have called them rose heads in the past, but I'm not quite sure they're roses. But if you've got any gardening enthusiasts out there, any horticulturalists, they may look at these flowers and say, they look just like whatever kind of flowers. So I'd love to know what your viewers think. You know, these flowers are. What have I made?
So that's the question of the week. What kind of flowers are these? Fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it, Melanie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
And thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it. And that way you'll be notified every time we upload a new show. And whilst you're there, check us out on Instagram as well. Stay safe, stay happy. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. Bye.